What's up, everyone? This is BigPowner, and as usual, I am here today to
That would only
help
slow me down.
you guys make currency off of the advice I've given you. Kind of like, get it to a viable place, and then we want to start putting it into practice so you can start earning currency like me. I've kind of, because I created a second build, I've kind of just reached a place where I'm starting to actually farm currency because I took kind of like a break from currency farming to create a new build because I had said by second week I would get out a boss killer build for those that wanted to do it. Um, Obviously, my mapper, I played it long enough to get enough currency to be able to gear my second build. Um, but a lot of people are following the ice shot build and they're probably like, what should I be doing to make currency? Obviously, I've already given you the advice. You need to get Atlas completion. One of the reasons why you need to get Atlas completion
Welcome.
is because the blight is super, super, super profitable as an addition to your map. The 8 chaos price is higher than even Legion was. However, the blight is even better than the Legion was. The thing is first of all, right now in early season, I'm still selling a lot of rares. Plus, heading into like late season, if you're playing high tier blight maps, which is my recommendation, get to be able to do 14, 15, 16, um, then you're going to be able to still get stuff that's really valuable because obviously, end game, a lot of stuff that people are looking for are really crazy rolled rare items. Plus, it's going to help you get a chance to possibly upgrade some of your items, and you can still get Shape or Elder influences in there. Plus, it drops oils, which obviously we use to anoint our maps, but also for your own anointment. That's how you can farm for a super expensive anointment if you don't have a ton of currency. Like I farmed for my anointment for my boss killer now because I don't really need an expensive anointment for the ice shot. This is how I created that guide on, and it absolutely crushes the blight maps. Um, the thing is a really good farming method or something I've been doing, and I'm now kind of cashing in on it again. Is I add the blight to pretty much any of my maps that are not um, that I'm not doing the Xana farming, which is my Guardian farming. So the Xana slash Guardian farming, or like, obviously if you get like Cortex or some super valuable synth map that's worth or has a high enough probability or a big enough chance to give you something that's so rewarding to take that over it. A lot of times I'm just going to take the fragment because that's basically guaranteed currency if I sell it, if I want to sell it, and they hold value. But blight maps are super dope, and one of the things I really like about blight maps is it gives me lots of the little stuff. This fuels the resources that I need for mapping. So I put 8 chaos into it. Am I going to get a blight map every single time? No. However, I've done it probably at least 100 times now, and I've gotten a lot of blight maps, and I was running calculations on it and I just stopped because the currency was so much higher from doing the blight encounters, just from the blight encounters, not the blight maps, that it was just a flat out win. So if you're playing the ice shot and you want something really good to farm, you can start adding the blight. The thing is you want to be strong enough that you can definitely complete the blight. So depending on how good you are at blight will kind of depend on when you want to start farming the blight. Since we're going to be getting rewards in the map from it, and you can do the blight during the delirium encounter, which boosts your delirium. Normally it's giving you at least a whole nother level onto your delirium encounter, which is another way that it's rewarding you because it's a lot of quantity. It's also a good thing to use if maybe you're like, well, I'm struggling a little bit with the the beyond, but I can do the blights. So beyond is really good for boosting up your delirium rewards, but it's a lot more dangerous than a blight map because, you know, we can off-screen kill the blight encounter stuff. Obviously, if you're using the Mirage Archer, you have to be closer if you want your Mirage Archer to be going, but you can get at a safe distance and, you know, not get hit by stuff. So it's a safer way to boost your Delirium. You also get your blight maps, and the blight maps, even just looking at a currency, are generating more currency than you can sell the maps for, and like I said, it gives me all the small stuff. Why do I like all the small stuff? The small stuff I use for crafting. If you want to play like me, you're going to want to do crafting. And obviously, I've put out a lot of crafting videos in the past, and I'm going to be putting out more crafting videos. So being able to have those resources and not having to buy them, because I don't like trading. I try to minimize my trading. If it's something that I'm going to use, I don't want to sell it because then I'm going to have to wind up buying it later on. And then I've basically just wasted time going back and forth. Do a Lyra for your Archmage. Buy it on your alt character. Anyways, the point is that there's going to be big currency drops, things that I'm going to sell because I'm not going to use them. On top of that, I'm going to stock up on stuff for crafting maps, for beefing up maps. We get scarabs. We use scarabs for beefing up maps. So the thing is it's going to give me fragments to play with. It's going to give me stuff for crafting maps, chisels, alchemies, vol orbs. It's going to give me all of that good stuff that I need for mapping, which, like, fragments, you know, like, two of them I only have two of right now. You can't see because the screen's over it. But the thing is, you know, if I'm putting blight maps into a lot of my stuff, then when I start getting, I'm like, shit, I'm running out of alchemies. I'm running out of, which I was out of alchemies when I started doing this blight encounter. I was like, shit, I'm out of alchemies. What am I gonna do? I've got a bunch of blight maps that I've been saving up, so I'm gonna cash in on all those, and it's gonna stock me up on all of my small stuff that I need. Plus, I'm gonna make currency. So instead of spending time trading, being like, I need alchemies, I need scouring orbs, I need, you know, more scarabs. Instead of spending all the time doing that stuff, I'm just going to burn all of those blight maps that I have. I'm going to get a bunch of rewards, and then I'm also going to be making currency while I'm doing this stuff. So instead of spending my time trading, I'm playing, which I think we all want to play. We like playing the game, so we want to spend, well, if you're like me, you want to spend more time playing, less time trading, because trading can be really annoying with the price fixers, and, you know, people can be slow. Obviously, there is a place for trading, but if we can avoid it, we're saving ourselves, you know, our gaming time for actually playing instead of sitting there and trading. So I'm definitely gonna recommend. The blight once you can get there. It's a really good goal. It's safer to play. It's safer to farm than juiced up simulacrum encounters. I do the simulacrum encounters on this build, and it's really good for it. But it takes a little bit of practice to get good at it. If you're new with the build, if you're experienced with the build, you're probably like, I'm just crushing that shit. But being able to do both is going to be a good thing. I will go ahead and just play this out. I'm kind of just like touching base. The blight is 100% do thing. The way that I'm doing it, if I'm rotate farming, I will definitely use blight or beyond. If beyond is kind of scary for you, 100% do blight. And honestly, the extra currency from the blight is justification to use the blight almost all of the time. There are some maps that I'm gonna say go with the beyond. Like beyond, I would say is more like you already have beyond on the map. That's a good time to do it because then the blight encounter will spawn more beyond. But if you're doing if you're putting delirium on maps, if you get to that point, which I would say slowly work your way up on those are pretty they can get pretty crazy. If you are doing that, the beyond adds just so much quantity. Obviously we're super juicing at that point. If you're doing that's like you're using all of your best scarabs, you're putting everything into that. In general though, I'm gonna say always blight map, except when you're super maxing maps, because that's gonna be the most rewarding thing overall for you. And I'm not normally lucky at the beginning of the season, and I'll say that probably farming blight maps has been a mass majority of my currency, and that's saying a lot because I haven't had very much time farming the blight, and I still have a decent amount of maps to burn out right now. So that is saying quite a bit. All right, well I got 5 left. So I'm gonna clean this up. If you guys just wanted me to touch in pretty much blight map all the time, once you can do it, and you can do 14, 15, 16, and you can complete them. And I'm gonna do some more play. I've posted some videos on kind of like the strategy that I use, but I will go ahead and play through a few, so this will be a longer video, but I'm going to just do that just so you guys can see how I deal with different situations, because if you're newer to blight, or blight has always kind of been something that you avoided because you struggled with it, then you might be like, I might want to just sell these, which is something that, I mean, you can just sell them, but honestly, early league, they're just too profitable to just run them. And if you have a lot of them, then the currency kind of averages out. I'm not going to be the person being like, 2 gold oils every map, and, exalts in every map, and, blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. Sometimes I have bad earnings on maps, but still, a bad earning map, honestly, is probably like 50 chaos. So... And then there are those maps, like this map I think I've already made a couple exalts from, and when you average it out, it becomes pretty good currency, especially when you're,
that would only slow me down.
Especially when you consider that it's kind of a consistent currency. You're at least going to be getting all of the small stuff, which adds up. And if you're buying it, that takes away that currency. 81. I think I have to keep you.
That would only slow me down.
Ah, I'm already full. Did I not make enough space? I don't know. I picked up a bunch of crap. So I'm collecting, I'm collecting the percent jewels because...
See you soon.
I try not to buy a lot of percentage jewels, and on my next build, like, I haven't started qualifying that. Like, all of my main link on this are all qualityed, and I, recently got all of my my awakened gems because I want to start leveling those early. So I paid kind of an exorbitant price, and it was kind of stupid of me because I bought all my awakening gems. I haven't even gotten them to level 2, and then I started a new build, so I could have just waited until I finished this other build and probably saved myself like half of the currency I spent, because I haven't been playing the build. And the whole reason why I justified buying them at the early juiced up prices was because I was like, oh well, I want to start leveling them, so I can immediately get that boost of power. But then since I haven't been playing it, it was kind of like, well, I haven't even got one level. Did I really make a smart choice there? Not so much. But if you are playing it and you can afford them, I think I actually have all of them. Yeah, I got all of them. The added cold damage one is the most expensive one, or it was the most expensive one, and I was kind of like, should I wait on this one? It's a little bit more expensive. At the time, it was like, I don't know, exalts. Like, some of them are always cheap. Like the cold penetration, I think that one was already really cheap. Oh, no! I hit the wrong button. I was hitting Alt. This is good. Too bad it's not percentage mana. That would be nice. We don't want the reduce. I'm thinking for my boss killer also. And something I also do is, like, throughout the league, I try to craft and get gear for future builds that I'm going to be making to kind of try and just make it smoother. Sometimes though, I get full sets of gear for characters, and then I don't even wind up creating them because I just get sidetracked.
Stay
Especially
inquisitive.
now doing the YouTube content. Like last season I was like, I'm gonna do the same amount of builds as I normally do, and you know, and then reality check. It's like a lot of your time is going to creating content. You don't have as much time to level characters. But I think I've gotten a little bit better at the content creation
Welcome.
thing. So 8, 14, 32, 40, 14, 14, 32. I don't think I have enough for another one. Let's make sure these aren't anything that... Okay. I should have enough space to finish clearing this map. It's always good when you're like, I got a lot of stuff in here I need to pick up. Sometimes you just run through real quick and there's only like a couple things that you need, which is not exactly the best thing. I'd rather spend more time picking up loot because there's a bunch of good stuff in it than be like, well, I don't really have much, but at least my cleanup time is really quick. But I'm loving getting all these scarabs. I had kind of burned through my scarabs, beefing up maps. So I was kind of like, so the thing with oils, I ran out of red oils. I'm not gonna go out and buy oils. I mean, like, if I was buying these maps, then I might be like, I should probably get the better oils, because, you know, teal only gives 2 and red gives 3, so, you know, 2 reds is the equivalent to 3 teals. But the thing is this one's a tier 13. I'm hoping I get some red oils. I can still get the gold oils out of these, so I'm not going to get rid of this blight map. Which you can get the tier 13s out of the tier 14. I've still been getting some of those from those ones. It's not guaranteed that you get the exact level that you're in, but I'm just burning them. I'm burning them, man. So I'm always gonna run this and get discovery. I mean, you can click it, but then you're rushed, and the thing is you can immediately start it. There's kind of no reason to do that. The reason why is I want to look for choke points. I kind of want to know what I'm dealing with. I don't want to start blind and, you know, I could wind up building a big defense for some area that's going to have hardly no spawns. If I miss a really sweet checkpoint because I can't, a really sweet choke point because I can't see it, then that could wind up, you know, making the map way harder for me. So the thing I always do is once I click start on it, then I cast a portal over it. The reason why is because sometimes stuff gets really crazy in maps, and it's really easy to see your portal icon, but with all the blight icons, it can become hard to see which one is your tower. So I like to, I'm gonna put fire here, check split points like this where there's multiple directions. I always like to put crowd control, freeze towers, slow towers, stun towers. I like to put minions behind. This is the ideal way to do it because the minions hold them on the stun. Then, you know, if the minions die, then the stun can possibly hold them till the respawn. It just makes sense. I always try to get maxed out defenses by my pump. Ideally, if there's one on here, you can put the ice because it'll freeze them at the edge of it. So if you get one like right here, putting the freeze one on it is going to be the best. Also, if you don't know, with the ice shot,
The blight is trying to spread.
there's kind of like a super OP thing with these towers. They create terrain, but your ice shot splash damage does damage through it, which means that all of your arrows will stack damage on enemies because all of your arrows will overlap on enemies that you're hitting inside of there. So that's super OP. Okay, so we got pretty nice. We've got overlapping lanes. So far, this is looking like a nice start map. These ones against the wall, I like to turn into meteor towers. It's always good when you have time to set up your towers before upgrading all of them. The reason why is because when stuff starts getting crazy, it's a lot easier to just click upgrade than it is to try to place towers. So as far as ease,
my mana is gone.
See how it like explodes through it? One thing you always got to be taking out is those shielders. You got to get in on them and kill those fools. Yeah, kill those fools, because they will mess up your day.
The blight is trying to spread. I give you to the earth.
And we can off screen, like you can just look on your map and be like, oh, there's red stuff over there, and see I killed everything.
Divine power.
So I am running meteors always stun, and meteors drop a second meteorite. Oh, oopsies.
New roots.
Okay, now stuff's starting to get a little bit crazy.
It's branching exile.
So we got a lot of spaces that are opening up.
It's put out new mycelium. New roots.
Oh, perfect.
The blight is trying to spread.
Yeah, I need to invest up here.
Put out new mycelium. New roots. The blight is trying to spread.
Freeze OP.
Those fiends are getting too close to my pump.
Oh shit. I gotta pay better attention. Uh oh. There we go. That'll help a lot.
Fiends are getting too close to my pump.
I need to sit by tower now. See how that works really nicely? It like holds him because it's on top of it.
My mana is gone.
That shard dude is like really dangerous because he shields, so you gotta go in on him, and then he puts all that stuff on the ground. The other thing that I would suggest, if you're not comfortable with blight maps, put stuff on the maps that make the maps easier instead of juicing them up to get better rewards. The worst reward is the reward that you don't get. Can't I hit you? There we go. So like obviously I know that I'm gonna complete these maps, even if I'm recording and don't pay attention a little bit. So I want to get the most rewards out of them, but if you're not completely sure how strong your build is, my suggestion is probably start off with using maps with easy modifiers on them. The other thing that you can do is if you feel like your build is like, you're like, well, you know, my build feels like a little bit weak. If you feel that way, you can save the blight maps and then cash in on them when you feel more comfortable, when you feel like your build is a little bit stronger. But
that would only slow me down.
The things that I suggest for you to make the maps easier is going to be taking and adding let's just circle it. Ice trap, level 1 pen. Nope. Don't want that. So the reduced cost of towers will make it so that you can build a lot more. Obviously, that's kind of like, you know, obviously if I can place a lot more towers from the start, it's gonna just be easier. The other thing that you can do is you can also add reduced movement speed. Those are two things that are pretty much just going to make the map like a lot easier for you. So I'd normally suggest, like, you know, see which one you like better. Maybe like 2 reduced cost, 1 slow movement, and see how you do. And if it's really easy, then maybe add one thing that increases the rewards of the map. See how you do with that. If you do well with that, add 2 on the next map. If you do well with that, go full currency additions to it. That is my suggestion.
That would only slow me down.
Usually the suggestion, like if you're buying maps or maps are really rare, ooh, that's nice. Then it might be a little bit different of a suggestion, kind of like, you know, you want to save till you can get the most out of them. The thing is with the blight added to the maps being in the game and them dropping pretty frequently, the cost of our maps is really, really low. And the cost of buying maps is not that high either because it's so much easier. There's probably a lot of people selling them. So, you know, if you were farming these and selling all of the small stuff instead of using it, you could sell the small stuff, but I would wait till you have like a big quantity. Then you can charge a little bit more for people looking for really big quantities, and you don't have to do as many microtransactions. If you're spending a lot of time microtransactioning, you're spending your time as a trade bot, which for me is not fun. Maybe you like doing that. I don't recommend that to players. But if you wind up getting to a place where you're like, I got 2,000 fusings and I don't plan on making another build, then you should probably sell those. Let's put this up for sale. I think someone might want that. Double physical damage with life. We do have physical spell builds this season, so that might, that's not good.
Let me tell
Let's
you.
fall this.
Let me tell you.
Oh, I should probably sell that too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, for not much, but sell it for something. Stat count, maybe? I don't think a lot of people are going for ceruleans. Although with Archmage in the game now, it's actually a really good base. Hate breeze. Wow, that's pretty nice. Could try to Too bad it's a citadel bow. If it was a different base, it would definitely be good. It is pretty nice though. I might try and mess with that. Someone might want it or something. Might go for the super lucky, see if I get really lucky and try a beastcraft on it. Because if I were to hit something like, if it were to go a high tier flat physical, and then I could craft on percentage quality with crit chance, that would make it pretty nice. Because right now it's at 237 DPS. So if I were to happen to hit tier 1 physical on it, we'd have like 500 DPS bow with the elemental attack damage on it. It would be worth something. I like to use my beast crafts to see what I can get out of them. It's not exactly the smartest gamble, but I think those mods are pretty cool, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Probably at some point. I have a few other things I'm waiting to do that on, though, which are a lot better, so it's gonna kind of be at the back of the line. It'll probably just wind up sitting in one of my inventory stash tabs all season, and then I'll never do anything with it, but... it's the thought that counts. Okay, this one's clear. Yeah, I didn't mean to pick that up. The clear oils and stuff like that, I mean, like, they're worth, like, nothing. I don't think anyone's actually out there trying to buy those colors. I got enough of them in the beginning that now it's kind of like... And combining them, it's... You're talking about, like, fragments of a fragment of a chaos. It's just... I'm not gonna spend my time trying to collect all of that stuff. Let's put you... I don't think I have one of these yet. Oh, I do.
Hello.
Ugh.
I will see you again.
Talismans, gross. Where is my... Where are you, Delve? I need to make it like... There it is. I need to make it a different color so I can find it easier. We'll make it pink. Hot pink. Alright, let's get another map. I didn't get any red oils. Red oils are not dropping for me today. I'm gonna try 3 of these this time. Let's change it up.
Oh, go on.
So that map wasn't as rewarding. That's kind of like a, I don't know. Eh. We will see, we will see.
Oh.
Man, it's nice getting back on my ice shot. When I first started the boss builder, the boss killer, it was really nice through mapping and through the axe. Like, it was really fast, like using flame dash with shield charge once I think it's level 12. But then like starting mapping, man, like that was kind of rough. Going from um, ice shot to, you know, putting together a build is rough. Last season, it was kind of like the same thing, except last season I didn't really play much on other builds because I invested so much into my ice shot. It was just like so beyond. Um, I mean, the ice shot's already really good, and put a bunch of you know put a bunch of mirrors into it, and
Divine power!
yeah, all right. This is kind of a nice spot because we got a really nice choke point right here.
It's branching exile.
Alright, this time I'm not going to take damage. I was looking like a scrub on the last one. He did get a little buck wild there, but I shouldn't have been taking damage on that.
Let's see what this tower can really do.
Early if you can, wiping this stuff out early gives you the little bit of extra change that makes it so that you can start placing more of your towers. So once it does start getting buck wild, all you gotta do is upgrade. You just gotta make sure you don't spend too much time in one area like I was doing last time and not checking where everything's at. Also, kind of gauging how strong your defense is on a side is a good thing to be able to do.
Exile!
My mana is gone.
I was hoping I'd finish that.
The blight is trying to spread. Put out your mycelium.
You see how quickly that boss went down as soon as that went up? It's because all of my arrows were overlapping on him. Oh, you got shields. We got shields.
It's put out new mycelium. New roots. Life is trying to spread. You're making me nervous.
Oh no, I did take damage.
It's branching
Oh,
exile.
these sneaky ones. Ah.
The blight is
Come
trying
on.
to spread.
What the heck, man? Oh, dude, are you kidding me? It, like, wouldn't let me select it because the other thing was on top of it. Now I just built. I built the wrong thing. Oh, never mind. It put the right thing up. So I need a blocker right here because this is a little sneaky spot. close to the base now. Oh god. You gotta kill those dudes because they, Ew! This is definitely a harder one than the last one, because there's a lot of shielders. And there's kind of like some tricky little sneaky ones. I'm definitely gonna complete it though. You've got a lot of breathing room, honestly, on these blight maps. You can take one big boss hit and up to 9 small guys. The big bosses do 10 damage, the small dudes do 1. The one boss that you cannot let get by your base is the big golem looking dude that fragments. He will one-shot your base, because when he does the initial damage, it's 10 damage, then he splits into small stuff, and then they all get to wreck your base. I've said this before in other videos, but maybe you're new to the stream, or you haven't seen the older videos. The way you can tell what lanes are active is, see on this map, there's yellow dots and there's gray dots. The yellow dots mean that those are active lanes. So that means that's where the stuff is coming from. Hey, Orb of Annulment. I love me some Orb of Annulments. Dunesy map. I don't even know why I'm picking that up. I like all my essences. Hey, golden oil. I don't know what those are worth anymore. Let's see. I don't think they're worth that much anymore. Oh, 1.1 exalts. So it's like getting an exalt drop basically. So I guess oils are still pretty valuable. Relatively pretty valuable. I mean, still being able to get an exalt for 4-1 that's pretty good. Ooh, twice enchanted. Ooh, cold damage if you've been hit recently. That's a nice amount of cold damage.
That would only slow me down.
And that's actually something that would be desirable for more than just the ice shot build, so.
I knew I picked up some crap I didn't want to be carrying. Let's just open all this stuff. I'm definitely taking that. I want to make this as few trips as possible.
That would only slow me down.
Why is that? Hey, another twice enchanted. Those are money, because even if you're not going to use them, I always use twice enchanted. The first time that I like whenever I create a new character, I always use the first enchanted. I'm not into farming for enchantments, and like trying to get your specific enchantment on an item that's really it's like a 1 in 200 chance or something like that. So that's, I mean, unless you really want to, and you could do it 200 times and not get it. So, I mean, unless you really just like farming the lab, you know, it's better to buy a base that has what you want on it. And even if you're going to be doing the eternal lab farming, it's better to be putting them on to random bases and then craft on those bases to sell the helm enchantments. I don't think we have any like crazy expensive helm enchants this season, so it might not be the best thing for people to be farming. Plus, there's a lot of helm enchantments dropping through other things, which is one of the reasons why it's probably bringing down the price of a lot of those enchantments. So I would say that lab farming probably is not the best form of farming. But if you are going to do that, if you're like, I really like doing lab, then you are going to want to buy a bunch of bases and then figure out what the best base for the most valuable ones are. Which one? A glyph nail. Glyph nail. What? Where is it? Mofo sale. Alright, there we go. It's a good time for him to message me when I'm just cleaning up my map. If I was in the blight, he would have been waiting. The really cheap items, people will immediately like, if you don't sell to them right away on that 20 chaos item, they're already buying something else. But when you have stuff that's a little bit more valuable, people are more patient because you're dealing with higher tier stuff, which means you definitely have the best thing in that price range, which means they're probably going to be pretty happy to wait to actually get the item at that price. Hey, I got some crimsons. Crimsons, baby. I guess doing the triple teal was lucky for me. We might have to do that again. It was basically, oh, I only got one red. So I think I have some more tier 13s. So I love me some essences. And if you notice, I'm farming a lot of essences, but I don't have a lot of them. Why is that? Because I use them for crafting. And I've done videos before the season started on putting your essences to use to make stuff. I probably have essence gear on. Do I have essence gear on? That's definitely not essence gear. Maybe I don't have essence gear on this character. That's surprising. My other character has a bunch of essence gear on. But as you upgrade, you can take and sell the stuff. Also, if you have essences that you're not using, you can find items that are valuable that use those stats and then craft on them. Something else I touched on an older video before the season was starting to get people prepped. If you put that advice into action, it will make you currency. A lot of twice enchanteds. That is nice. You can sell those in bulk. I think that pretty much you can, because there are people that farm Eternal Labyrinth and they want those, and if you sell them in bulk, you can get more than market price for them, because, you know, someone doesn't want to spend 2 hours trying to get twice enchanted. Alright, we're gonna roll with this again, because I have a ton of teal oils. and I got lucky on that one. So let's see if the teal oils are on fire right now. Teal oils, baby.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to like. So I'm gonna wind up using all these, and I'm starting my stream in like 6 hours. I'm gonna have to farm up some blight and get some more blight maps for. So I got guardian maps and stuff like that to run for the stream tonight. But I like to have some cool stuff to do, and since it is early season and I'm a little bit broke, I don't have a ton of cool stuff to contribute to the stream, so I should probably spend a little bit of time farming up some stuff. Look at what is this? He's got like a backwards figure 8 to walk through. These are confusing, especially when they're really close to your base and they're going outward. It makes it really hard to start. It makes it really hard. Like, I really hate those. Obviously, it's worse. Obviously, it's worse when they're when they're actually just going into your base really quickly. But man, can it get annoying when there's stuff really close to your base and you don't know where stuff is going, so you're either playing overly cautious, or, you know, and being able to go out and clear stuff away obviously gives you more currency to work with to start beefing stuff up. Ugh. It's an ugly side. Let's hope I get some more towers over here. And that's kind of a useless one. So I'm gonna have to watch that side really well.
It's branching, exile.
Give me more towers. Oh, look at this. That's gonna get some sweet coverage. So it's recognizing things like that. Like, hey, this is gonna hit all of these lanes. It's centralized. You always want to be trying to get the most out of your turret placement. If you're doing like reduced costs and stuff like that, then it's a lot more forgiving because you can spam towers a lot more.
Light is trying to spread.
But if you're going for maximum reward and you're doing all currency stuff, you gotta really be smart with your turret placement. Sometimes you just get really unlucky and you got all bad turret placement, which happens. Get froze, Tommy.
It's branching, exile.
So like this side, I'm basically using as a more blocked side so that I can focus more on this side.
It's trying to spread. Let's see what this tower can really do.
This is kind of gonna be bottlenecking for me a lot, which is going to make it so that I can focus on this side a lot more.
It's branching, exile.
Until I get enough towers up, which that comes with currency.
It's put out new mycelium. New roots. Light is trying to spread. It's put out new mycelium. New roots.
Ooh, got enough for my stunny tower. And if you notice, like, I put minions on both sides of that, which what are they going to do? They're going to slow down the minions that are walking by, and then there's going to be more chances for the stun tower to get off its... More chances for the stun tower to get off its attacks. Guy's a jerk. Oh no!
Do not let them reach the purification pump.
Ah! No! Oh god. That guy's really annoying because he can jump over your blocking.
My mana is
Why am I not hitting you? Alright, I took a big hit. I can't let another big one get by. I'll be good though. I just need to play safe and close. So the reason why I don't upgrade the minion towers all the way is because I have damage. I'm using them to block, and if you use the ranged ones, the minions just walk by them. They serve only the purpose of dealing damage. This side is almost dead. Alright, this side is completely cleared now because there's no more yellow lines, so now I can just go to town on this one. There we go. It's making sure that I get to keep my my stockpile of teal oils, that's for sure. Hey baby, what's up? If you are playing a build that you're not, you know, you're not like, I'm gonna be making, you know, another build, I'm gonna be making 2 more builds, something like that, then selling your fusings and stuff like that is a good thing to be doing, especially earlier while the fusings and stuff like that are more expensive. So I would say save up enough of them so you're not like, oh, I got 20 fusings, so I'm gonna go get 10 chaos. First of all, not as many people are going to want to buy 20 fusings, and second of all, then you're doing a lot of small microtransactions, which is kind of just a waste of time. If you save up 10 blight maps, you do 10 blight maps, you have a couple hundred fusings, and you need the currency, go ahead and sell them. But don't sell stuff that you're going to wind up needing. That's just... You don't want to be selling stuff to have to buy it back. You're just basically creating a waste of time and currency that is not benefiting you at all. Flame Surge. That is one,
That would only slow me down.
Hey, Exalty Shard. Harbinger Orb. Okay. I gotta go empty. So, like, this map, I didn't have a bunch of big drops, but when you add all this small stuff together, this was still a pretty profitable map. I mean, you can count an Exalted Shard that's, you know, 1/20th of a 1/20th of an Exalted Orb, so that's like, what, 6 chaos? And then you add up, you know, every 2 fusings is a chaos, and even all the small stuff when you add it up, it's good. It's pretty good currency, especially, well, oils are still valuable, and, you know, a lot of people are looking for all the gear. You should, you know, be aware of the things that are valuable. The more knowledge you have, the more you can make. It's like, you know, desirable stats on an item. Checking, I've given this advice last season, every season. A good thing to do is look up the most popular builds, like find the top 3 or 4 builds, and look at what gear they're using. That way you know what stats to be looking for.
Hello.
I ain't the bandwagon person that just plays whatever the most popular build is, but I do like to know what the most popular builds is using, because that means that gear is super inflated, which means I should be paying attention to it, because it's going to be giving me a lot more currency when I find those items. And I don't want to be thinking that the item's just a regular good item and then not knowing that it's on a popular build, because that popular build item is going to wind up being worth way more currency.
Fate
Might sell that
awaits
for
you.
something. And chisels, man. I love me some chisels. Engineering orbs, I use them sometimes. Like if I wind up with what's the chest
That would only
thing?
slow me down.
I don't know, the chest map. I'm gonna have to come back. I don't want to. Garbage. I do want to check this stuff though. 4 spaces. Yeah.
That would only slow me down.
Oh wait, there's the Amber Amulet I was gonna pick up. Energy Shield and Max Life. Other stats are undesirable.
Learn anything new?
The other cool thing is
Good luck
there's
with your
kind of like a
maps.
second wave of people buying early. There's usually a lot of people that start with just bad builds, because, you know, there's a lot of bad builds out there recommended as best build of the season. I'm basing this on nothing. You know, preseason, everyone thinks that every build is the best build for the season. So there's a lot of people that wind up starting a build that they're told is going to be the best build, and then they're like, shit, this thing kind of sucks. What was that? 18, 24, 33, and that's one extra. 39, 6, 13, 18, 27, 34, 2, wait, 34, 6, huh? Huh? Let's just see. I don't really care. Let's just get this. There we go. Actually, let's try this. Nope.
I will see you again.
These are my my barrage jewels, which I need to put some more currency see. Alright. Let's get another map. Let's get another map. Where are my maps? The reason why I have a different tab that I take and put these in is because I don't like to, alright, so we got 3 reds now, but I'm gonna save 2 reds. I'm gonna hope that I wind up getting, another red, and then I can do the last map with triple red. Spider Forest. It seems like Plateau has been dropping a lot for me. That one seems really common. It's the other one that's really common. This one drops pretty frequently. It's a pretty good map because there's a good chance that you can wind up with some pretty good choke points. This one's, yeah, I got one side that's blocked. That's not bad. We got some chokey points. Okay, so like right here, that's like a super choke point. This isn't good positioning normally because, like, you know, it's up against a wall, but because it will block this lane if we get stuff coming through here, because like basically this will be freezing stuff here, and it has decent coverage. It's not that bad, but this is playing pretty close to the base. Not exactly the best spot right there because it's against a wall, but I've got a lot of against the wall stuff. So I'm kind of using what I got, you know. This is a big section down here, so I'll go ahead and put extra stuff over here. I'm not gonna probably fully upgrade those ones, kind of like this one, but it's, you know, it still slows. And the nice thing about the slows is it sets up your meteorites for hits better. If stuff's moving really fast, you know, your meteorite might not hit. Ugh. All these against the wall strings. There's a nice little centralized spot. When I get a little bit more, I'll set one up there. And like I said, we got this right here. And this is kind of already set up for us because we did that early. So that winded up blocking a new lane, which is always nice to get a bonus block. Bonus blocks, man.
The blight is trying to spread.
My mana is gone.
And we will make this even more choky.
The blight is trying to spread.
I want to get rid of you.
Not let them reach the purification.
Oh shit! That was not paying that good of attention to that side.
Branching exile.
Beauty will grow from your remains.
Put out new mycelium. New roots.
Oh god. Now we've got centralized and no centralized towers.
The blight is trying to spread. spread.
Get more meters up.
It's branching, exile! Light is trying to spread.
Kinda gotta stay on this area. Oh no!
Do not let them reach the purification pump.
Killed him. Saved by the freezies.
My mana is gone.
Do not let them reach the purification pump.
I'm trying. I'm trying, woman. Gave me this messed up map. Messed up spawn points. Messed up map. Ah! Alright. Starting to calm down. Alright, last line. Wait, what? Oh, this way. There's so many little lines. Let's hit it with an alk. No. Ugh, talismans, no. us in.
That would only slow me
Hey,
down.
Crimson. Yeah, I can't pick those up because I picked up these stupid talismans. Opalescent, Crimson. I think that's all my room. Oh wait, I picked up some more crap. How did I know it was gonna be crap? Jack in the Box, I like you. No, don't need that anymore.
That would only slow me down.
Yeah, whatever. Let's see. Percent energy shield with dodge. Ooh. That's a pretty nice one. Too bad that life roll is low. It'll sell for something. I think so. Let's go make some room. Sell you.
Hello.
That's a lot of regeneration. With tier 1 physical. Physical with fire. Physical fire, lightning damage. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. Where's my out? Oh, there we go. It was worth a shot. Oh, I had a talisman still. Alright, I'm keeping that. That's how it needs to go for sale. So when I'm calculating how much I'm earning, I calculate off of what is actually currency items, or like if I'm looking at the big picture, then I try to keep track of what it is that's selling, what it is that isn't, because what's a lot of people do is they count every single thing in the map and they're like, I made
That would
this
only
much
slow me
doing
down.
the map because PoE trade says so, and I'm just gonna assume that I'm gonna sell everything, and that's very unrealistic and very misleading, because a lot of crap that is never gonna sell, PoE trade is gonna say is worth something, and when in actuality it ain't worth picking up. And that is a fact. If it's like a currency item, though, you can count that because it's a currency item. I like Emperor's Luck. Hey, I love me some fragments. Hey! 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 I wonder how much this is worth. Let's see. Restless Ward, 6 link. Hopefully it's worth something. Hopefully it's like at least Exalt. It is a 6 link. It's still pretty early season. Six Alinkos. 15 Chaos. That is a burn. That will just go in my collection book. I totally like forgot to put all my currency away. Didn't I? I was like, sell all this crap. I don't need much space. I want to drag this out. No, the delve is hot pink now. Much easier to find. Let's see, Assassin's Mitts. Fire resistance and added fire damage to burning enemies. It's got I eat other stats. And we can still add HP or something to it. So those might sell for something. That's going to be worth enchanting.
That would only slow me down.
Man, I'm already full. Sheesh. I think that's all of it, though. I think I just have to clean up the loot explosion. Which I'm kind of being lazy. I'm not messing with that. I also was really low on... I was really low on map crafting stuff, which is why I was doing these. And now I still only have 26 alchemies. I was hoping for more. Collecty bolts. And dump in. Let's go ahead and see if so +1 to active skill gems, and it has no other thing on it. This is a perfect example of a crafting base, because if we're gonna do 2 influences and we want level of active skill gem, then that is a base for that. You can also sell something like this if it's a desirable mod and it's isolated. You can sell it as a base. Like, I could probably pretty much guaranteed sell this for like 40, 50 chaos, just for the ability for people to start crafting. I don't think a ton of people are doing dual mod crafting at this point. It is still, like, today in like 3 hours will be the one the 2 week mark. I believe somewhere around there. We're about to be at the 2 week mark. So I don't think a lot of people are dual mod crafting. If I was playing one build, I would have been dual mod crafting and doing all that good stuff. So there would be some people, obviously people that, you know, are just running lucky and have tons of currency are going to be dual mod crafting. So there's definitely probably a lot of people that are, but there's also probably a mass majority of players that are not quite there yet, or might not even be there for a little while. I guess I'll just pick up all of... Alright, we got the last crimson oil, so now I can triple crimson the last map, and then that will be the end of this. The end of this video. Man, I like seeing crit chance, crit multi on something, but not when there are low rolls.
See you soon.
Then at the end, I'll try to remember to, but I'll take the stuff that I put off to the side and I'll show you what it is that I'm doing with it to give me a better chance of it selling. I've been over that also. The thing is, you know, the more stats on there, how is it that people search for what they need? They type in all the different stats that they need, and then they search for that. So if there's a desirable stat that can be put on it, it's not that big of an investment. In general, if you do that small extra step, then it winds up making it so that there's a higher chance the item sells. And if you're only investing like a couple alchemies or even like 3 chaos, if it's a more expensive item, you have to think about what's my risk, what's my reward, because some items won't sell. In the long run, though, doing that, you make a lot more currency because there's more people that are going to see the item. You're going to have a higher chance of it selling, which is a good thing. So we want our stuff that we have. Oh, did I already use the tier 15? Alright. might have actually done all of my 15s before I started the video. So, kind of the thing is
Godslayer.
this is kind of a good gauge of kind of what you can expect from cashing in on these blight maps. I haven't gotten really lucky, and I haven't been really unlucky. This has kind of been like an average type runs. I've made in currency, I don't know. Well, I exalt 1 golden oil, that's 2. And all the small stuff, I've probably made like 4 or 5 exalts in an hour and a half. So, you know, obviously, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. I'm really bad at doing the talking while playing thing. I'm getting better at it, but I definitely still ain't good at it. It's not the end of the world, though. It ain't gonna start for a minute. Oh, and it's such a big map to explore. Let me finish exploring you. Alright. I gotta get down my stuff. Oh god, no. No towers. What is this? Jeez. That's really bad. It's like really, really bad. It's really bad, man. Alright, well, I'm literally just gonna be waiting to place towers. I'm gonna save my currency. Because, like, what is this? This is really unlucky as far as tower placement.
It's put out new mycelium. New roots.
Let's hope I got some towers. Oh, man, 1. Well, 1 is better than none.
Divine power. The blight is trying to spread.
I have a feeling this is gonna be like one of those really difficult maps. Yeah, it is. Okay. God. Got close. No close turrets over here. This one's gonna be a stinker. I'm gonna have to bring my A game for this shit.
The blight is trying to spread. The blight is trying to spread. The blight is trying to spread.
Oh god. Oh god, it's splintering on me. I'll be good though. Worst case scenario, I just sit on the pump.
You're making me nervous. It's
Oh god,
crunching
poison on the ground.
exile.
Ah!
My mana is gone.
I'm just trying to spread.
Ah!
Put out new mycelium. Oh, new roots.
Oh, finally, baby. Oh, of course. Of course. What is this?
Put out
What
new
is this
mycelium.
bullshit?
New roots.
Oh my gosh, dude. This is a fudged up map, man. This is like we want you to fail.
The
This is
blight
like,
is trying to
you think
spread.
you're getting rewards? Shh. I got this, so.
It's put out New mycelium. New roots.
And it's got the most dangerous bosses spawning. Ah!
Those fiends are getting too close to my pump.
Well, yeah, they're spawning next to the pump, woman. Why did you put the pump there? Ah! At least this makes it more fun. Oh god. I didn't even replace my... Oh god, I gotta put this down. Just in case. Oh god.
Do not let them reach the purification pump.
Jeez, man. Get you upgraded.
My mana is gone.
Alright, I think that side is docile now. It's pretty much over. Hey, and I did it perfectly. Man, this is a messed up map though. Go figure, though. By far the hardest map is the one that I get a perfect completion on. Probably because I was talking a lot less. I was like, oh shit, I gotta pay attention. This one's messed up. He's messed up, man. Hopefully it'll be the most rewarding. Hey, we already got a crimson out of it. Ooh, black oil. Blacky oil. The void. Ooh, 2 voids. Watch me pull a headhunter. Be like, headhunter, out of the void. It'll probably be like 5 armor scraps in actuality. Or like a level 79 ring. Ooh, we got incubators. Celestial. I think that's like 15 chaos. 10 or 15? I don't know. I haven't checked prices on those recently. I don't sell them. I just cook them, but I like to know what stuff is worth. Chaos strength. Too low of energy shield. No def stats, yo.
That would only slow me down.
I get it, girl. I gotta go back. Man. Booty drops on that one. Booty drops on those oils. Then I'll have to... I'll do my crafting and then I'll open my stack decks. We'll see what I get. Honestly, all of last season I didn't get any good cards. I opened thousands of stack decks. So I am not going to recommend. I enjoy it. The reason why I open my stack decks is because I enjoy doing it. However, last season I think I lost quite a bit of, well, a lot. In fact, I know I lost a lot of potential currency last season. However, it's more fun for me, and when I get some big drop at some point, that's a lot cooler and actually means something to me than the, in this case, like 70 chaos I could sell those for. But if you need the currency really bad,
I would say probably the smartest thing would be to go for the sure thing.
but who knows? I don't know. I like to gamble with the small stuff that I have. Like if I already have it, I'm not the type of person to go out and buy the stuff, but when I have it, yeah, I like to save them up and drop them. I have done, like, I saved them for all season and did like 500 at one time, and I've saved up like 1,000, and I ain't trying to do all that.
Because that's honestly not the smartest thing to do, because a lot of the cards devalue as time goes on. So when I did that in that season, it was not a smart thing to do, but it was fun.
I wonder what doctor cards are at now. They've been like really expensive. I had a feeling that the headhunter was gonna be really expensive because it's a mapping season. It actually makes sense. Um, it's actually more expensive than the mirror cards, that's kind of a little bit crazy. Yes, 17.4 exalts. It's gone up 0.4 exalts since yesterday. And House of Mirrors is it's only 15.5. So right now a headhunter is worth more than a mirror Calandra. That'd be crazy, man. That's crazy. Alright. So the way I'm knowing where they are is I'm just following the lines. Oh man, I should have made more room. Oh yeah, I can just do this. There's nothing good on it, I can toss it. Nothing good on it, I can toss it. Because no one wants a base, and I'm not going to try to roll something onto it, because that would defeat the whole purpose of selling it cheap to someone as a base, because you want to sell it. If you're selling a base for crafting, you basically want to sell it at a point where it's like the person can't realistically probably get that mod cheaper than just buying your base and destroying it. So that's why you do it, because it saves them time and it prevents them from winding up, investing a crazy amount trying to hit a roll. Especially on things that are rare, like +1 to skill gems on necklaces. That's money because that's really hard to roll. The rarity of the stats will make them more desirable to buy as bases. There's some stuff that's not as rare, so people are just gonna roll it. But ew, ew, ew. That's pretty good. Oh, it's a necklace though. Not worth as much. That is pretty nice. Very nice. Tier 1 physical, Tier 2 fire, Tier 2 crit chance, Tier 1 regen on a very desirable base. That will definitely sell. We got max energy shield, Tier 1 res. Yeah, it can just sell as is. Not crazy valuable, but I'm gonna go ahead and dump that. Oh wait, that's stuff over here.
Fate awaits you.
But yeah, I was literally I'm keeping all the stuff that I plan to open, use at the end. No, Piranda's coming in. What's up, Pirandas? You don't want to hang out with me? You're supposed to come give me some really bad offer. Give me 12 bajillion coins, and I will give you this. I will give you this ring that is worth an orb of alteration. Last season, he was not cool to me. Normally, like, once a season, he'll give me something decent, and then last season, he was just like, I ain't giving you shit.
Welcome. Fate will find you. Hello.
So the biggest things to look for on jewelry or gear in general is like resistances, energy shield, HP, elemental damage is a really good one if you have really high rolls. It's not bad. Too bad it's tier 6. Okay.
Fate awaits you.
Let's see what's up with Navali. Headhunter, baby. That's more of what realistically I should expect. Oh, I called it I called armor, but quality. Them baller ass voids. You saw it on stream live. Look at that look. That shit happens every time, man. You wanna ball out with these wedding stones? Get yourself some voids. Alright. Let's put some enchants on this, and then I'll go drop the divvy cards. Actually, I want to drop the divvy cards first. Come on, divvy cards. It's not a lot, but it's something. I haven't gotten anything good yet this season, so hopefully this is my, hopefully this will break my streak from all of last season.
I am never going to let you rest.
And the beginning of this season. Nothing good yet. Drop. Come on, what the heck? Oh man. Oh man. Last one. 100. Ah. Yep. that pretty much sums up my luck with stack decks. Oh well. Eventually, one day. Maybe next season. I just gotta drop like 3 or 4 more thousand and I'll get something good. Alrighty. So I grabbed some stuff to look at and enchant. This is just, I'm going to price it and sell it. This is just price and sell. This one, high ES. And a pretty good max life roll. We can add damage to this. We'll just add. I'm honestly not sure on this one. When in doubt, elemental damage. Oh, gross. Alright, we're gonna call that. It's not a super valuable one. Okay, this is a good one. We got physical damage, fire damage, 2 good rolls with a critical roll. There's 2 ways you can do this on something like this. There's 2 open stats. The thing is this is a really good candidate for an influence slam. So, you know, this is going to give options for the person to influence slam either side. So for like a fire conversion to a physical to conversion to fire, this is like a really good base for influence slamming. I am just going to be putting HP on it. God. Ugh. There we go. That is ready for sale. So this is actually a really good item because this can be turned into a really good item because it's got really good rolls on it. We've got 2 tier 1s, 2 tier 2s. This is like viable for crafting up on for the right build. This one's already finished, already ready for sale. So this one, we've got elemental damage, 2 resistances, strength. We're just going to throw HP on this, and I'm not going to worry about the roll on it because this isn't like super crazy good. I'm not going to sell it for a ton. The elemental damage roll is really nice, but the other stats are kind of eh. And I guess that's it. Anyways, I hope that someone is at home and got some entertainment out of this and learned a little bit of stuff. I did last season have more people asking for, you know, more just footage of me playing. So I try to be informational and entertaining. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully it was a little bit entertaining for you. Thanks for watching. Peace.